What's up, nerds? So I am coming at you to review Loki Season 2, Episode 1. I know I'm a little bit late. Sorry, life gets in the way sometimes, but I'm going to review this right now and break it all down. I'll give you most of my thoughts at the end, but I'll give you some of those during these breakdowns. All right, so let's get this started. Loki discovers that he is warping across time as he attempts to escape the Time Variance Authority in the past and reunite with Mobius in the present. Now, this part was fine. It was a little zany with him, falling into the mail truck that one time, and then, the mail truck crashing, and then that woman, I think, dying because she fell off the thing. But I'm not quite sure if she died or whatnot. Well, I don't think we're going to figure it out. So I'm just going to say she died. Also, I have to admit, I do like the sets that they pick for the TVA in this show. I think that they're really great, and it gives off this like Wes Anderson vibe and this feel and everything. I definitely think it's because he has like a specific color palette that he chooses for his movies, and I think that this show kind of feeds off of that color palette. I do like the sets they picked for that. The two of them go to meet TVA agent Ouroboros, OB, who deduces that Loki is time slipping, a phenomenon that occurs due to the instability of the timeline branches caused by the death of He Who Remains. So first off, I want to just say that I love Huy Quan. He does such a good job here, and it really bums me out that he never really got more of work when he was, younger and coming up in Hollywood and everything. And now that he's here, I'm just so glad that he's here because he really adds a lot to this show in terms of comedy and in terms of acting. He's just very good, and I enjoy every minute that he's on screen. Also, I like the conversation with Loki that he was having with OB in the past, and then Mobius was having the same conversation with OB in the future, and like how I thought that it was very well done. How like I personally liked the answering of the questions that somebody else asked a question and then OB would answer it. Like Mobius would be like, do you have a temporal aura extractor? And he'd be like, no. And then in the past, like you would need a temporal aura extractor. And he's like, and then he makes one and then it'd go back to the future. He's like, no, wait, I do have a temporal aura extractor. I thought it was very clever and I really enjoyed this scene. It was definitely probably my favorite scene in this episode. OB instructs Mobius to approach the temporal loom with a device called the Temporal Aura Extractor, which he would use to extract Loki from the time stream as he prunes himself. I thought the running joke of Mobius getting his skin peeled off was very funny. And that part made me laugh a couple, or chuckle at least a couple of times. And I also like the duct tape joke. Even though we had seen it in the trailer, it was very funny. And I think that's a testament not only to Huy Quan's acting, but I think it's also a testament to the good editing. Loki time slips to the future where he briefly encounters Sylvie before he is pruned at the last possible second. Again, I'm going to talk about OB again. I really liked when he was doing the countdown from 10. And when he got to 3, he said it twice to give Loki more time to prune himself. I thought that was really like touching, but also, again, somewhat comedic. I didn't laugh, but I grinned a little bit because I was like, oh, and everything. And then we did see Sylvie at the very end there. Now, I have to say right now that I do not like this character. I don't like the actress that plays the character in terms of talent and everything, because I'm just like, whatever. I just don't like this character and I just don't like it all the way around. You know what I'm saying? But she's here. We got to get used to it. I am curious as to who pruned Loki at the end there, that last minute, and I'm assuming that we'll see who did that in the next episode, and if not, we'll definitely find out eventually. I'm just really curious as to who pruned him. I'm also curious as to who's calling on the phone there. It was ringing, and I was like, would one of you pick up that damn phone? But, obviously, what's-her-face had problems trying to get out that elevator, which elevators scare me, because I keep seeing videos of people, the elevator like dropping or whatever, or something along those lines, and I'm just like, not interested. Again, not interested. Mobius successfully pulls Loki from the time stream, and the two of them set out to find Sylvie, just as all TVA hunters are ordered to search for her. The time hunters in this episode, I'm all like, I'm really like whatever about the time hunters in this specific episode, but I'm assuming that they're going to play a bigger role in the next episode and in future episodes to come. So we'll see how that works out. The actress that plays the general time hunter lady, I don't remember what her name was. I like her, but man, is she deeply unattractive. Like, she's very unfortunate looking, but I find her to be a very good actress. Like, whenever I see something that she's in, I'm definitely paying attention because she's very good. And I think that that's a testament to her craft. So, good for her. In a mid-credit scene, Sylvie enters a branched timeline in Braxton, Oklahoma in 1982 and visits a McDonald's restaurant. I have to say that I love McDonald's. I don't eat McDonald's very much because it's very unhealthy for you. It's so unhealthy for you. And having that just nastiness and those toxins in your body is just so bad for you. But I do love McDonald's. And I really loved the setting of this McDonald's because I thought it was like not only nostalgic, but I loved every minute spent in this restaurant. I like I said before, I don't eat fast food very much, but McDonald's is the OG in my opinion. So I did enjoy this. It made me want McDonald's, but I wanted to go sit down, but it's specifically in this type of McDonald's. Like, I liked the manager's shirt. It just was and the menu, how was that brown and yellow that they used to have, it was, I did like it. So, and I liked the lines that Sylvie said, and I'll talk about some more lines that I like, but I like the line where she came in and she's like, I want something that's already dead and doesn't have a face. And he was all like, well, you can try our chicken McNuggets. And I'm all like, I don't think you heard her. And then he started listing off all the stuff. And then she's looking around at all this happiness at a better time, you could say. And then she's like, I want to try everything. And I did like that. I thought it was very good. And I loved everything about this scene. But that was the end of the episode. So all in all, I have to be honest with you. It was fine, this episode. It wasn't bad. If you've watched my channel, I did not care for season 1. What a big waste of time season 1 was. Speaking of time. Because it was just a lot of walking and then one episode where there was a lot of running and it was just bad. It was bad. If you liked it, you like what you like. I can't help that, but I did not care for it. But this episode was fine. I don't want, normally if I hate something, I'll complain about it. Trust me, I have no problem complaining about stuff, but I don't really feel like I need to complain about this one. It's just fine. I have to say though, acting wise, I was very impressed. I just want to talk about KY Kwan. Man, what a talent. I'm so bummed. But at the same time, he's getting time now, and he's a great addition to this show. I liked a lot of the lines that he had. I liked how his mind was not wiped, and he remembered it because he was stuck in that like basement for 400 years without seeing anybody. Man, maybe he's a little kooky. I wonder if he's gonna be like a bad guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's down there like me doing his own stuff going on. I thought that was great, but he had a lot of great lines. And I think that a lot of the comedic stuff that happened in this episode was due to him. And I just say, man, that KY Kwan, I will watch anything that man is in now, even though I didn't like Everything Everywhere All at Once. That movie sucked, but whatever. It's fine. Owen Wilson. Mobius was my favorite character in season 1. I thought that he was very good, and I do like Owen Wilson. I also liked him in this episode. I liked when Loki was all talk about he who remains, and he's like, that's like calling yourself the last man standing, and then Loki was all like, well, if you got the goods to back it up. I thought that was a good line. I also liked when he was all like, when he was time slipping, and he's like, it's terrifying. It's like you're being killed and born at the same time. And then he's like, you said it looked fine. And he's like, no, it looks awful. How did it look to you? And I can't remember what that woman said, but I was like, that's good. That's good. I like this and everything. So I thought that Owen Wilson, I think, stepped up this character, and I thought that it was very good. A lot of it made me seem like maybe he ad-libbed it, which again, that just says something about Owen Wilson's acting and how good he does. Tom Hiddleston, I thought he did a good job in this episode. My favorite part of him his acting wise was when Sylvie, when she opened up the doors and she's like, there you are. And he just, the way he looked at her, like that's what he was looking for the whole time. And it's like, I can't remember what movie it was, but it looked like it felt like to him like he had come home, you know. And I liked his face acting there. But there was a lot of good stuff in this episode, but overall, I mean, nothing really happened, you guys. So that's my negative thing on it. It was just fine because nothing really, this was just set up, which is totally fine. But I mean, I'm not gonna say this was not a bad episode. It just wasn't great. KY Kwan was definitely the best part of it. And I can't wait to see more of him. I hope they better have more of him. If not, then I will definitely be upset with the show. But that is my breakdown and review of this episode, you guys. Again, sorry it was late. I had to work a bunch and, I have a life and everything. But I hope you enjoyed this breakdown. Tell me what you guys thought about this episode. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What was your favorite scene? Was it like me, where it was that scene where he was having the conversation with OB, or OB was having the conversation in the past and the future, but with two different people? Who was your favorite character in this episode? If you don't say KY Kwan's OB, you're crazy bones, but to each his own. But tell me what you thought about this episode overall, and tell me what you hope to see in the future. And who do you think pruned Loki at the end there? I'm trying to figure out who I think it is. I think it was the B-15. That's my guess, but I honestly, it could be anybody at this point in time. But tell me what you guys thought. As always, if you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. YouTube is always changing up their algorithm. Small channels like mine, we just keep getting shoved to the back of the line. And as always, go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys on my next breakdown and review. You guys have a good day. Bye.